I look pretty rough. Hi guys, welcome back. Today's video is going to be a little different. I posted on Instagram today what videos you wanted to see, and somebody said they want to see me do my hair. I was like, you know what? Look how bad my roots are. That's awful. I was planning on doing my hair today anyway, so here we are. I didn't even think I had color. As you know, during this quarantine, everything is closed, so I thought I might have to order my Pravana color online. The good news is I actually had some left over from last time, so we're gonna do my hair. It actually isn't that faded, actually. The color, the integrity of the color is holding up pretty well. It's just my roots. And my roots are like a little dark to the yellow. We gotta fix that. So it's just gonna be like one of those fun videos where I do my hair and I'm gonna open up about some things that have been just happening. And yeah, so I'm mixing the bleach with the 20 volume. I use 20 volume developer for my roots. It works perfectly. Hopefully you guys can't hear the jazz music playing in the background, because that would be copyright. I always have jazz music playing for Miss Coco, but she's actually in here with me. Oh, and my shirt, Yo Gotti. Like a really old shirt, obviously just used for bleaching my hair because nobody wants to ruin their shirt. Do you guys at home, hairdressers, have these kind of shirts? I'm sure you guys do. The bleach I'm using is by Matrix. I actually really like this. I bought it because clearly it was on sale. But I actually really like it. It's like purple tone, violet tone, whatever you want to call it. Mix up a little bit more. So yeah, how are you guys doing during this quarantine? It's definitely weird. It's definitely a little scary. Don't know really how to take it, how to feel about it. It's sketchy. In LA, starting Friday, today's Thursday, so tomorrow, it's mandatory when you go to the grocery store or run your essential errands to wear a face mask. So that's kind of scary. When I go outside, even to walk my dog, I'm going to wear a face mask just to be, I really don't know if it'll make a difference, but this is perfect. It's crazy. It's worth a shot, I guess. I also wanted to attempt, because this is overgrown, attempt to cut this myself. I think I can. But yeah, so yeah, life has been a little rough. Not even just because of the quarantine. I've been going through some personal things, which I'm probably not going to talk about because it's personal and I just don't feel like opening up right now about certain things. But like, honestly, if we're going to be real, things have been hard for me ever since August. August was like the best month of my life, but yet the worst month of my life. And I've never really talked about this because I don't really like talking about it, but I feel like I'm finally in a place where when I talk about it, it doesn't always make me cry. But as many of you guys know, is there like a ghost in here? Like for real. Something in the shower just fell. I literally can't. Do I have to smudge in here? Anyway, as I was saying, as like many of you guys know, I was pregnant in August. I found out I was pregnant August 10th, and I don't remember when exactly we lost the baby because I don't think I want to remember that date, but it was sometime at the end of August. I was about 7 weeks. So sad. It's not funny. I'm just trying not to, like, you know what I mean? I feel like I can talk about it without crying. Like, I used to break down, and that's why I haven't really talked about it. But anyway, August 10th we found out, and I was so excited. I was totally unexpected. Like, if we're being real, I didn't even think I could get pregnant just because I had been with other people in the past and I never got pregnant. But yeah, so it was like a really exciting time, but I was super nervous, I'm not gonna lie, because I was like, oh my God, what a responsibility to raise a child. You know what I mean? Can I do this? I was crying, I was freaking out, I was excited. I had so many emotions. And the worst part about all of this is, you know, as you guys know, I take medications for bipolar and anxiety, and my doctor just cold turkey told me to stop. I don't know if that was like the wisest decision, but it was her decision and I followed it, and it kind of sent me into a weird frenzy, but also being pregnant was like nerve-wracking. So I feel like my moods were all over the place. I would cry, I would be angry, but I'm not gonna lie, me and Mike were fighting like all the time when I was pregnant. Not all the time, that's like an exaggeration. We were just arguing a lot because we were both like scared. This was totally unexpected. The last thing any of us thought was that I was gonna be pregnant, because I found out I was pregnant after I was 10 days late for my period. Literally, I wasn't paying attention. I was just like smoking weed, doing photo shoots. Like, it was summer, I'm going in the hot tub, I was drinking, like the last thing any of us expected, you know what I mean? We were just not thinking about that. So when I looked at my period app, I was like, oh my God, 10 days late. I still didn't think I was pregnant. It's funny because I just didn't think I was pregnant. So I had a random pregnancy test in my cupboard, and I was like, I'll just test because, I don't know, let's just rule out pregnancy. And I still didn't think I was pregnant. So I peed on the stick super fast, jumped in the shower, came out expecting a negative, and that shit was like a strong positive. And then I remember I called my mom crying, and then I called my sister-in-law, and then I called Mike. And at the time, he was living with his parents, so he wasn't living with me. He moved in the day I found out I was pregnant. And I was like, oh my God, get over here. I was crying. I was like, I'm pregnant. And I was like, I think I'm pregnant or something like that. And he was like, can I take a shower? And I was like, no. And that's like one thing we remember is me being like, no, you cannot take a shower. And he ran over, and then we went out and got a digital, and it said pregnant. So we were very pregnant. It was a very strong positive. There was no issues as far as like knowing I was pregnant. But yeah, so it was really hard going through all of that. It was, like I said, August was the best yet worst month of my life. And I mean, for both of us, I won't even just say me, because he was very excited to be a dad, and I was very excited to be a mom. We were both obviously scared, but we were excited, and we went ahead and we got too ahead of ourselves. We bought like the onesie for the announcement. We were planning our announcement photo shoot, and we told our family. We didn't tell a lot of people. We told some close friends, but we didn't, like, you know what I mean? We bought shoes for the announcement, like little Vans, checkered Vans. Like, I even got Coco a sign that says I'm going to be a sister or something like that. Yeah. So we got too ahead of ourselves, you know what I mean? But like, nobody thinks they're going to lose their baby when, you know what I mean? I didn't think that would even happen. I don't know. But yeah, I think miscarriage is really hard, and I never thought I would actually be able to talk about it, but I'm finally at a place where I can talk about it. And as I said, like, it definitely was hard and very painful physically and emotionally to go through that. And I think things have been hard ever since then. But, you know, everything is in God's hands, and I do believe that everything happens for a reason. And obviously something wasn't right, and I can honestly say that. And like, you know, I don't know what was wrong, and I think that's the hardest thing. Going through a miscarriage is not knowing what caused it. You know what I mean? Sometimes I like went through a period where I blamed myself. I wondered if like something was wrong from us smoking too much weed. You know, I went through all the possibilities, but as soon as I found out I was pregnant, I stopped everything. It wasn't like I was like still partying, you know what I mean? It was weird because as soon as you find out you're pregnant, for most women, I would imagine this is what happened with me. Everything changed. My mindset changed. I knew I wanted to move back to Connecticut to be close to my family. Like things started to change in my mind. Like, and I just started to think about this baby 24/7 and what I wanted to do and how I was going to do it. So yeah, things have been hard since about that time, but I'm doing better. I'm being honest. Like, you know what I mean? Like I said, I think everything happens for a reason. Something wasn't right, and it just aborted itself, if you will. But yeah, like the fact that I can talk about it and not cry, I feel like speaks volumes, because I'm not gonna lie, since then to like now, I've been crying. Like I cry, I would talk about it with my boyfriend, I would talk about it with my therapist, and I would cry. Talk about it with anybody, it would bring me to tears, and now I'm at the point where it doesn't, and I think that I'm finally healing, is what I'm trying to say. And I know that it's okay to have those feelings, and it is like grieving a loss. Like, we already had names picked out. We were thinking about 100% about everything about the baby. It was just all about the baby. So yeah, going through something like that's pretty traumatic, but I am in a better place, and I did want to talk about it today. you know, because I'm not the only one that experiences miscarriage, and if you've gone through it, I'm here for you. And if you ever want to reach out to me on Instagram, YouTube, message me, I would love to talk to you and like help you cope with it, especially if this happened to you recently, because it's so hard and trying, and I know what you're going through. And my heart is with you and goes out to you. It is so painful, but just know that time heals all. And I promise you it will get better, but it does take time. Like, it happened for me in August, so September, October, November, December, January, February, March. We're in April. It's almost 8 months, and I'm finally able to speak about it without breaking down. I still break down sometimes, but it's definitely like not like it was. So that's good. You know, healing's good, but just don't rush your healing. It takes time, and it, you know, if you don't, like, I remember when it happened, I didn't want to be pregnant ever again after that. I was so angry. I was like, and I got on birth control in November, but I don't like birth control, so I quit it in like a month. But I remember being like, I'm not getting pregnant. I'm never going, you know, you become angry. And I remember when I would see like babies out in public or people with babies. I remember one specific time we went to the movies in Sherman Oaks, and I saw somebody with a baby, and I just was so envious, and I just went to the parking garage and started crying. And he was like, my boyfriend Mike was like, why are you crying? What's wrong? I was like, they had a baby. And he was like, oh my God. And he just consoled me and was trying to be there for me. But yeah, you change. It changes you. And I mean, how could something like that not change you or make you envious of people who get that? So yeah, that's what happened with that, but I'm doing better, so that, you know, I never thought I'd ever like talk about it, and I didn't want to make it like a dedicated video. But if you're going through it, please reach out to me, just because I've been through it, and I would love to talk to you about it and help you cope. Sometimes it's nice to talk about it with people who have gone through it. It's very hard to talk about it with people who have not gone through it, because they have no idea how sad, painful, and miserable you become. It sends you into like a depression, and even your partner can even become depressed. I mean, not always. If your partner's not depressed about it, it's not like rude. Everyone copes differently, but yeah, my partner was very supportive and very sad, and yeah, we went through it together, and that's something that you'll never forget. You know what I mean? Going through that with somebody, it's like very traumatic, and makes you thankful to have somebody like that in your life, because it's a traumatic thing to experience. So, but again, like I said, everything happens for a reason. So you also have to, it's like, you know, you don't want to hear that. Like when people would tell me that, I didn't want to hear that, you know, like everything happens for a reason. Like, okay, like that's not going to help me, but you know, it's true. But you know, when you're going through it, you don't want to hear that. Okay, so if we get a little bit of bleach on the shave side, it's okay. But yeah, other than that, you know, there's been some other personal things going on in my life that I'm not ready to talk about. But it's just been really trying. I posted on Instagram that I am moving back to Connecticut when my lease is up. That's true. My lease is up August 28th. So I'm looking to move into a place in Connecticut by September 1st. I think I'm going to get a house, rent a house. I'm not going to obviously buy a house. Oops, sorry, Coco. I'm going to rent a house. So when I do the back of my hair, I have to like take this little handheld mirror and look. This is very tricky, but this is what we got to do. So I feel like okay. So this is weird. I'm going to talk to you guys like with the back of my head showing, but you guys can actually see how I do the back of the roots. But I also don't want to make this like too long of a video, but maybe you guys will enjoy it. So yeah, I get a little messy back here. It's not perfect. I'm not parting it perfectly, but trust me, I definitely will cover all my roots, because I take like horizontal and vertical partings. So you'll see what I do. It's okay if I get the clipper cut part, because I want to cut it anyway. So alright, so I'm gonna just cross check everything, and then after I rinse it out, I'll check in with you guys. I don't want my battery to die because I haven't charged it. It's on half-life, so check in with you guys when I mix the other color up, and we gonna do it. Okay, so I just shampooed all the bleach out, no conditioner. Never put conditioner in your hair when you're going to color it, so it looks really damaged. Everyone's always like, your hair looks so healthy. This is without conditioner. It does not look healthy. But we're going to put a mask in and everything after. So, and I also did the clipper cut on the side myself. So this is what we have. So I have the Pravana Vivids, the neons, and this is in yellow. I don't have the Pravana Vivid Neon Green, but I do have the Pop XG Semi-Permanent Vibrant by Paul Mitchell in green. So it's not the same one that I used before, but we'll see how this turns out. I don't know. It's all I have, so we gotta work with what I have, you know? So I'm not sure how this will turn out, but let's mix it up. So something else I wanted to talk about is, like, about a week ago, this is really sad, I got a phone call from my dad in the middle of the night and then text messages from my sister-in-law. Obviously there's a time difference in Connecticut, that somebody that we all knew ended up committing suicide. So that was really hard to hear because this person was a big part of my life in a lot of ways, and yeah, so that was really, really sad news to hear. And it was really an emotional few days after hearing that, but because of what's going on in the world, they're not even having funerals or services because of this coronavirus. So yeah, it's just really sad. You know, when people commit suicide, you always want to know, like, why. Like, that's, like, my main thing is, like, why would that person do that? But I don't know. Now there's two people who have passed away in my life that I want to speak to, which would be my uncle, who passed away when I was really little. It's been a long time, but I still want to talk to him. And then also this person. So it's two people that I want to speak to. So I was like, you know, considering options, but, you know, at the same time, like, I've shared with you guys that I've had, like, weird things happen, and, like, I don't really want to open those doors, although I do want to speak to these two people. It's like you're opening doors that you may not want to open, so it's kind of sucky. But this one person in particular who committed suicide, like, it's so crazy because I thought about texting this person, like, 2 weeks prior, and I wish I did. Like, I feel like we get those thoughts for a reason, and I feel like, not that I could have stopped it from happening, but it's like, I thought about this person, and I wanted to reach out to this person, but I said, oh, it's been so long, that would be weird. But really, like, it wouldn't have been weird, and obviously I had a feeling, and I should have acted on it, but I was like, oh, that person wouldn't want to hear from me, it'd be really weird. So I never reached out to them, and then this happens, and I'm like, I wish I would have reached out to them because I had a feeling, not a feeling that they were going to do that, I had no idea, but a feeling that, like, I wanted to reach out to them, and I wish I would have acted on it, and I feel like that was a big lesson. Like, now I realize that if I get a vibe of texting someone I haven't talked to in a while and they cross my mind, just act on it. Like, worst case scenario, they're going to be like, okay, you're weird. Like, I don't know, so it's been kind of rough. Look at this little mixture. We'll see how this turns out. It's not really a neon green, so I don't know. It's kind of just a green. Should I add conditioner to this? Because this is not a lot. Nah, we're just going to use it. Alright, so I think this might be a little bit darker than... We'll see, though. I don't know. Let's just see what happens. Let's have fun. Life's too short, right, guys? So that covers that. Yeah, I'm, like, getting into some deep topics today, but this is just what's been going on in my life. It's been a little bit crazy with the world's situation and, like, my personal life. Also wanted to talk about my relationship. So a lot of you guys know I posted on Instagram about Mike, about the whole, it pretty much looked like he cheated on me. Okay, well, he didn't cheat on me, and I jumped the gun way too fast with the, like, first of all, It was really immature of me to even post my issues on social media. I don't know why I did it other than just being really upset and slightly immature for that. So I posted like the valet ticket from a Hilton hotel, and it looked like he like was going to a hotel. And I'm like, why would he go to a hotel, right? Okay. Last summer I did a photo shoot at that hotel, and he kept the valet ticket because he came to the photo shoot, and he's like, Mariah, I held on to that because for me, that's like our memories and like things we do together. I like to hold on to for our memories. And it's true because we've done a lot of shit together, and he holds on to tickets for movie theaters and like stuff like that. Carnivals, whatever. I get it. I do the same. So that's why he held on to that valet ticket. And the valet ticket didn't have a date. It had no date. So like, whatever. I jumped the gun, whatever. We definitely have issues, him and I. We are not perfect. We have trust issues on both sides. It's like easy for one person to look really bad, but we've both contributed to this relationship being kind of screwed up. But, sorry if you hear a baby in the background. My roommate has her cousin here who has a child, so yeah, that's what's up with that. But anyway, like I was saying, it's easy for him to look bad because you guys only see my point of view, right? I've fucked up this relationship, and he definitely has fucked up this relationship. So right now, things are messy. It's a little complicated because with the virus and stuff, like, it's a bad time for anybody to be like breaking up and financial stuff. So like, we consider ourselves together and trying to work on things, but yeah, it's so messy. Because right now, like I said, financially, it's not a good idea for us to not be together. That sounds bad, but that's not the only reason, but that's like a factor. He definitely wants to be with me, and I would like to be with him, but like I said, things have not been that good between us. We've been arguing a lot, and, you know, obviously, like I said, trust issues. My battery's gonna die. That's gonna suck if it dies, because then all I can do is charge it and then check back in with you guys. It's definitely gonna die, so if it cuts out, now you know why, and I can finish telling you guys the rest of the story. This is why I like to charge my camera, because I don't like when this happens. But anyway, so like I was saying, we have trust issues. He has trust issues with me for other reasons, and I have trust issues with him for other reasons. And, you know, I'd like to be with him, but it has to be like right. Like, I'm tired of arguing. We argue a lot. So, you know, we're trying, but it's hard. Sometimes our fights are like really petty, and we just kind of hold grudges from the past. So it's like we need to grow up. We kind of know what we need to do, and we've decided that if the work isn't going to be done, we know it's not going to work. So I love him. He loves me. I have no doubts. What relationship doesn't have their issues? Let's be real. There's no perfect scenario. There's no perfect relationship out there. Anyone who says they have a perfect relationship is lying. Him and I have also been through a lot of shit together, so yeah. In 2 years, on and off, we've been through stuff that like couples go through 5, 6 years, you know what I mean? Like, we've just been through a lot of shit together, so I think that definitely plays a role. It's actually not coming out too bad. It's actually pretty cool. I think the neon yellow is kind of making it neon green. Does that make sense? And it is a vibrant green. It wasn't like a dull green, but yeah. It's just not the Pravana one I used originally, but it's okay. I'm surprised it hasn't died yet, but it is flashing red. It's going to die soon. That I can guarantee. So now we're going to do the back. Well, I have just enough color to get this in. So now, whatever leftover color, I like to just do it this way. So I feel like it's getting evenly distributed. Hopefully this quarantine's over. The next root touch-up next month in May. California is going to peak the 13th of April for this. So I know it's like really challenging times, especially with people's jobs being cut off and shit. Like, this is crazy. Well, that's pretty much it. It's all in the hair. Leave it in for like a half hour. So this is how my hair turned out. It's still a little wet. And then this side. So the green I think is a little bit darker than like what I had it as before, but it's still like bright, you know, it's not like dark. But in comparison to what I had before, it's definitely like a little darker. But it feels super good. I put a lot of conditioner and then a leave-in conditioner and it smells yummy. So at least my roots are done. That makes me feel a little bit good. Like I've started to feel a little bit like a slob. You know, I took my lashes out because I knew I wasn't going to see my lash tech for a while. And yeah, it sucks being on quarantine. And my nails even, they're starting to grow out. I don't know what I'm going to do. I don't know. Probably just see if they start to break off or whatever. But yeah, I just wanted to show you guys the end result. So I hope you guys enjoyed this little video. I know I was talking about my relationship when I was coloring it. So basically, like I was saying, we are working on things and taking it day by day. And like I said, with everything going on, it's not the best time to really like break up. So, you know, we're writing it out, obviously working on things. He's working on himself, you know, personal shit, and I'm working on myself, personal shit. I've been breaking out so bad too. So much stress lately, but yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this little video, and I'll have more videos coming soon because, you know, what else is there to do on quarantine? I just want to put out stuff that you want to see. So write in the comments below future video ideas while on this quarantine, and I'll be sure to do it. Bye, guys.